Welcome to a new Take screencast. In this video I will show you the newest version of Marketizer. When I released the first version I thought that would be pretty much it. After all, now that you can publish your App Inventor APKs, you're done. However, thanks to all the wonderful suggestions from all of you, I am now in my 5th release. I've really enjoyed watching Marketizer grow, and I look forward to more of your suggestions so that I can continue to make Marketizer into an application that is not only very useful to you, but one that you enjoy using. Okay, so here we are again, Marketizer 4.0. So let's go through here and I'll show you how it works. I've got an emulator running here because I want to use that to show you one of the features I added. So I already have the application running with full rights, and I'll just go ahead and select my cert, load the MTZ, and then I'll move on to the customization. So I've got some new stuff here. I'll start by selecting my APK as usual. And I'll just go through here and I'll show you the options. So this one's, whole number, I forgot. Okay, so version name, APK file name, and then this next field here I added, this is the name of the application that will show up in the drawer. So when you look here, it'll be the name here, so you can now have a space there if you want to. The other option I added here is the install options. You can install directly to SD or have auto. If you do prefer external, it'll install directly to SD if there is space. If there isn't, it'll default to the internal storage. Or if you select auto, it'll install to internal storage, but the user will have a choice to move it to the external. And if they have an application installed like app to SD, it will give them an option as soon as the application is installed to move it. So I'll just choose that. The other new option is screen orientation. This was actually there, but now I have more options here. You can choose sensor, portrait, or landscape. Sensor is default, so if you don't choose anything, if you don't enable this, that'll be the default option, and basically that defaults to what the sensor identifies. So if it's rotated landscape, it'll go landscape, portrait, portrait. You're all familiar with that. Over here you can select exactly a specified one, so if you select portrait, it'll always be portrait or landscape. The other new thing I have added here is the ability to change the application icon. It's not really necessary because App Inventor has this ability to set this, but people are asking, so here it is. Once you enable this, all you have to do is use the embedded file browser here to browse to where you have the picture, and it supports either a JPEG, GIF, BMP, or PNG. Once you find the file you want, you just click on it. It'll show it to you over here. And once you're ready and you want this file that's selected, just click Set Selected as Icon, and it will automatically convert the file to a PNG if it isn't already, and it will resize it to a size that's appropriate for an icon file. If it's already an appropriate size, it'll just leave it alone, other than converting it, of course. Or if you don't want to do it this way, you can use the Select New Icon button here to browse and select it this way. So once you do that, the next option here is Theme. So one other thing you can do here is you can change the way your application looks. The default appearance is when your application runs, and you've all seen this, you'll see a notification bar and you'll see a title bar. Now one of the other options you can have is no title bar, and the way it will look is like this image here. It will just have a notification bar, and of course the last option, no title bar and full screen, your application will look like this. It'll take up the entire screen. Now keep in mind that when you do choose one of these two options, no title bar or no title bar full screen, your application icons and content actually gets shifted a bit up. So you want to make sure to test your application with this format before releasing it to make sure nothing gets shifted into a location where it shouldn't be. So I'll just enable that, and I'll choose no title bar and full screen. Now I'm ready, and I'll move on to one click. And another thing I added here is people were asking to be able to change the manifest file before the conversion ends. So I added this option. If you want to be able to do that, just tick this checkbox, and once you're ready, just click the button And you notice I added a progress bar here as well, so that you can now have a better idea of where you are in the process, and you'll know if if it's frozen. You'll know if it's frozen. If it's not frozen, it just gives you a little peace of mind if the application is actually working or not. So this little box pops up, and it's basically right now waiting for you to click OK. So at this point, you can go browse to the manifest file, make whatever changes you want, save it, come back here, and click OK. Once you do that, it will run through the rest of the process, and it will convert the file. Okay, and we're done. So at this point, you're ready to upload it. So what I did now is, you have a new option here now. Once you're done with the conversion, before doing anything else, you could test it. And what you do is you go to the validation tab, and what you'll see here is you'll have a few options. You have some ADB controls where you can check for your device, or you can restart ADB, which will restart it plus do another check. And then once your device is identified, you'll be able to install and uninstall. So I'll just show you really quick. If I unplug my device, if I disconnect it, it'll actually recognize that the device is disconnected, and it will tell me. There it is, device removed. And then if I connect it again, it'll recognize it, and it should tell me it's connected. Okay, so all I do now is I'll check to make sure it's there. It recognized the device, I got my options, and I'll just click install. And we got another progress bar here. This takes a few seconds, depending on the performance of your computer. It might take longer, but on average it's about 15 to 20 seconds. And a long silence here while we wait for this. And there it is, success. So now if I go to my emulator, I take a look here, and there it is. I got my icon that I selected, my name with spaces, and now I'll just launch the application. And you can see that there is no notification bar and there is no title bar. So there is one more thing I want to show you before I uninstall. That's the install to SD option is available. Just go to settings, applications, manage applications. I'll take a look at IMHub, the application I just installed, and there it is. That option is available. Okay, so now I'll just get out of here. Come back over here and I'll click uninstall from device, and a few seconds later it's done. The application is gone. And that's it for another Take video. This is Gene Cooper with Take.com. Our partner sites are the AI repository at www.tair.info, Jefferson Software at sites.jsoft.com/rm, and Big Daddy App at www.bigdaddyapp.com. And we are the Heart of Gold group of developers at www.hog-g.com. Thank you all again for watching this video and using Marketizer. Now go and marketize something.